Hey everybody, this is True Disciple bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, and today I am bringing you a matchup, a PvZ on Metalopolis, and as the red Protoss we have uniqueKalin, who is ranked 116 in the Grand Masters League, so one of the top 200 players in Europe that plays on Battle.net. And as the green Zerg over here, we have Karl, who is currently ranked 11 in his Grandmasters League. So definitely two high-level players here. We'll be expecting some high-level play. I don't know much about this game other than it is apparently an epic matchup. It was sent to me by Force, who I have cast a few games of before, and you can check him out as well. Definitely a very high-level player as well, and he was impressed by this game, so he sent it my way and said I should cast it. So here I am casting it. I also want to take a minute to let you guys know that I had internet outage for a bit, as well as having a cold. I'm still getting over the cold. You can hear the stuffiness of my voice kind of a little bit there. So, but I did cast a bunch of games already, and I want to post them up online. I'm just casting this game and posting it up first, so that I can let you guys know that I will be posting up a lot of games over the course of this week, as many as I can upload. It takes about 4 hours to upload a video if the upload doesn't fail, and of course the upload can take some time. So, but let's get into this game, and we see that we see a gateway going down at a normal timing here. Nothing tricky from either player. We see that Karl has thrown down a spawning pool before his hatchery. And look at this, uniqueKalin harassing the hatchery with his probe just to be a little bit annoying there. But really I think he should be down here kind of trying to block off the expansion, as soon Karl will probably be wanting to go for an expansion of some kind, as most Zerg players do like to get that early expansion for the macro. Unless Karl is deciding to go for something tricky, some early Zerglings, Speedlings, or something like that. But he's not getting any gas at all right now, so I definitely think that he's not going to be going for any kind of early push. He's going to be probably going for that hatchery soon-ish. So he is saving up the minerals. He's up to 316, so it is the perfect timing to throw down that hatch. And the spawning pool is coming up, so he'll be able to the Zerglings. And look at this, Karl, knowing the timing and knowing what's going on, is coming here and going to go on patrol right at this moment. So Karl actually way ahead of me on this matchup. He already knows the exact timing, and as he should, being in the Grandmaster League, he definitely is aware of that. But look at this, he's saying, where is that where is that drone? So he's going to pop up here, and look at this, Karl smartly, he sees the probe coming up, so he says, alright, fine, I don't even have to worry about your probe, I'm just going to come right on down. But he did make those 2 Zerglings to deal with the probe, as he did expect the harassment here. So a lot of players would like, I'm sure Karl and many other Zergs would like to expand first, but when that probe gets there that early, it's pretty much impossible to do so, which forces the Zerg player to throw down that spawning pool first. And here we see uniqueKalin going for quite a normal build, getting a cyber core, researching his warp gate technology, and he has the oh, look at this, very nice. The Zerglings are going to harass this gateway, but they're not going to be able to do much as this stalker is about to pop out. And they're going to try to sneak, but they are going to sneak by that zealot. I think the zealot, uniqueKalin zealot, should have just hung out there a little bit, but maybe this is what he wanted, as basically everything that is scoutable is right here, and there is the stalker, so the Zergling will not stay alive in this base for very long. And look at this uniqueKalin even throwing down this Stargate in the back. Oh, I'm wondering if we need to check real quick and see if Karl actually saw that Stargate being morphed in. He did not, so perfect timing from uniqueKalin. uniqueKalin actually doing that at just the right time, so it can't be spotted. We see Karl's hatchery is just about to be finished. This Stargate is already halfway done, and we see just more lings coming out. And so Karl could be caught really off guard by this, and I really don't know what he's going to do at this point against this. He has no answer to this other than 2 queens, which 2 queens will be enough to defend against this, as there is only 1 Stargate, but he could really catch him off guard if he isn't careful. We see for the moment Karl's just continuing to drone up as warp gate technology is about to be finished. We don't see any more gateways going down. We just have the 1 gateway on the Stargate, and the Stargate is pumping out a Phoenix, so we're going to see some Phoenix play. But still, only 1 Stargate, so uniqueKalin not committing to this. He's not going for that all-out Phoenix build and doing that mega harassment with 6 Phoenixes or more, where you go around killing all the overlords and lifting everything up. And look at this, some spine crawlers going down for forward defense, but we don't have any spore crawlers yet in the base, and I don't think Karl suspects this Phoenix play at all for the moment. uniqueKalin continuing to do some harassment at the front, just kind of keep the pressure on Karl. He wants to keep Karl from having the control of the map so that Karl can freely scout and freely roam around with his overlords, and he will be able to contain him as well with these phoenixes. Looks like uniqueKalin is going to wait until he gets 3 or 4 of these phoenixes before he goes out. I think probably when he gets this third one, he might move out, maybe waiting for 1 more, but I think he'll probably push out with 3, as 3 is a pretty good number. So, as mentioned before, he is not getting the upgrade, so he is definitely not committing to this at all. He is moving into pullouts. What is 1, 2, 3, going into 4 racks. 4 gateways. So we are looking at 4 warp gates. And here we go. These 3 are going to be moving out now. He is still building a 4th Phoenix, so 4th Phoenix is just coming out right now and is going to join these 3 Phoenixes that are already out. We're going to follow them and see what's going on there. We see a Roach Warren is going down, and we have a layer being researched. And here we go. Now the hand has been revealed. Karl knows what he is up against, and the Overlord hunting begins. And look at this, able to scoop out this queen, no problem. Going to snipe that queen for free. Thank you very much. We need to. But look at this. Karl had built 2 more queens. Apparently, he did get wind of this. He did feel like something was a little off, and he got extra queens. Very smart Karl, able to bring himself some extra queens. But look at this, so lifting both of them up, but that's not going to be enough, as there is now only 1 Phoenix shooting, and this queen will easily be able to take it out, and then these other Phoenixes will have to drop their queens, and they won't be able to do much. Looking to try to catch 1 more, but they won't be able to, as if you have equal number of queens compared to equal number of Phoenixes, the queens will definitely win. But they will try to snipe this Overlord, and the one thing that these Phoenixes will be able to do, even if they don't get the full harass, they will keep the contain, they will be able to keep these Overlords back. But Karl doesn't care, he's going to throw this Overlord to the wind, as he definitely wants to get in here and scout around and see what's going on. As you can tell by the number of Phoenixes that this is definitely not Kalin's endgame. Kalin is definitely preparing something else, as he has not committed. But there comes a Void Ray coming across. The Void Ray is going to start charging up on this queen, and it will be able to take a queen. A Void Ray against 1 queen will take a solo, but now there is 2 queens up against this, and the Void Ray will go down. But with the help of the Phoenixes being lifted up, the Void Ray will have no problem taking both of these out. Very nice play from Kalin. Karl bringing up some more queens to be able to deal with, and able to push it back and even take out that Void Ray with the help of that 3rd queen. Very nice play from Karl. And I mean, really, this is what you need to do as a Zerg player if you're up against this kind of air harassment and you don't have any kind of technology to get to Mutalisks, to get to Corruptors in that early game where you've kind of committed to a land army and you haven't even maybe gotten an Evo chamber yet because you weren't quite prepared. You need to get those queens out. Get those queens out, and they will help you defend. Meanwhile, we see these are coming back down here. They're probably going to try to pick up some drones, or maybe just coming through for some scouting information. He wants to see the timing of this 3rd expansion, and this is about the right time. We're just past the 10-minute mark, so not an early, just a kind of a normal 3rd expansion for Karl. 10-minute mark is about where you expect the Zerg player to be throwing down their expansion, and here it is about to finish right before 11 minutes. So, which is definitely perfect timing. We see we're now moving 6 gates. The expansion for uniqueKalin is up and running. We see that Zerg Missile Attack level 1 is on the way, as well as Glial Reconstitution for that speed, and Pathogen Glands is being researched. So, this is very smart how players are beginning to, how Zerg players are beginning to really find out the timing of this and get the Pathogen Glands out before they start making the infestors, because if you make those infestors, they don't come out with enough energy to actually throw down the fungal growth. But if you wait until you have your pathogen glands, and in fact, he's not doing it here. Oh, yes, he is actually. There we go. He's starting to build those infestors now. But you can actually, if you get the timing just right, if you actually look at the timing of the infestor, so for example, this infestor takes 50 seconds. Hold up, we do have a little fight going on here of some kind. Oh, that's just these phoenixes flying around and harassing a bit. So, but once again, if you look at that, it's 50 to research that, and the pathogen glands takes, well, we can't check now, but I think it takes around the same time as neural parasites, so probably a little bit less than that, probably somewhere around 80 or 90. So if you get the first bit of it, and as soon as you're down to only 50 seconds left of research, you start making those infestors, then the infestors will pop out with that extra 25 energy, as the pathogen glands will finish before the infestors pop out. So if you time them just right, you can have those infestors out as soon as possible with the extra energy, giving you enough energy to throw down that fungal growth, as the extra 25 gives them that 75 to start. Meanwhile, we see this nice gateway mesh of uniqueKalin. Blink is not researched, not being researched yet. We do see a Forge going down for upgrades, as we have 000 for our Protoss player, and meanwhile we are looking at almost +1 missile attack for the Zerg player, which is definitely going to help Karl quite a bit. And he sees this coming, so he's pulling up his troops, and I'm not sure, these are pretty equal armies, but the missile attack did just finish for Karl, so Karl's going to be doing quite a bit more damage than usual, but those are some beautiful, beautiful force fields, but that is also some beautiful fungal growth, and the fungal growth, keep in mind, does do extra damage to armored units, and so he will get that full extra damage, but it looks like these roaches are starting to whittle down. They need to back up, they need to get away from those force fields as as sentries start to run out of energy. I don't know if there's even any energy left for force fields at all, which is definitely the position that Karl wants to be in. Coming in here, more fungal growth, and not allowing these stalkers to run away, throwing down some infested Terrans to kind of deal with these, and it looks like Karl will be able to clean this up no problem. Very nice job, but here we have a proxy pylon and reinforcements coming in, and with these reinforcements, uniqueKalin might be able to come back in here and do some damage, but we see continued reinforcements streaming in from Karl, and we see even these infested Terrans able to push back these Phoenixes, which have been being used for scouting against Karl. We see Karl coming with 4 more infestors. Infestors definitely what he needs. He's probably expecting that Blink is going to be researched sometime soon. We do see the Twilight Council is going down. It might just be for the level 2 upgrades, as you do need to get a Twilight Council before you can research level 2 upgrades for your ground units. And it's probably going to be for the Blink. So very smartly with those infestors, the fungal growth able to hold them down. Meanwhile, we see no tech changes yet, no upgrades to Hive or anything like that for Karl, so Karl is just kind of sticking with this Roach Infestor build. Do we have a Hydralisk Den yet? We don't have any Hydras or anything. No Hydralisk Den yet, just the Infestation Pit, so just Roach Infestor for the moment. I really kind of like this play coming from Karl. I definitely think that it would help to have some Hydras in this mix. Definitely, especially with these Phoenixes that are just such a pain in the butt. If anything,